Lou, it doesn't matter whether Joe Biden's running for Senate or president. He should tell you the answer to that question. More importantly, he should tell the American people the answer to that fundamental question. Are you going to pack the court? Are you going to put 3 new members, 6 new members, whatever they're going to do? Are you going to do that? And by the simple fact that he won't answer it, sort of tells us that they're going to do that if, in fact, they would get power and control of our government. The good news is, Lou, I don't think they're going to. I think President Trump's going to win. I think, frankly, he's going to win big.
And Biden saying that the proceedings to put Judge Barrett on the Supreme Court as justice is an unconstitutional act. I mean, this man is making some of the wildest claims and deferring on some of the most important issues one can imagine.
Yeah, but that's the typical Democrats. They always accuse us of doing what they're doing. I mean, frankly, this is the constitutional thing to do. The president nominates, the Senate has advice and consent responsibilities, and they confirm the justice. I think she's going to get confirmed. I think she's a tremendous pick, the right kind of person to go on the United States Supreme Court. But this is from Joe Biden. It shouldn't surprise us. I mean, this is the same Joe Biden who was part of the whole Trump-Russia hoax. This is the same Joe Biden who sat in the Oval Office with President Obama, with Jim Comey, with Susan Rice on January 5th, 2017. We've talked about this before, where they hatched a plan to take out Michael Flynn because they couldn't have Michael Flynn hanging around and being the new national security advisor to President Trump and figuring out what they did to the president during the campaign and all throughout the last 3.5 years. So, look, we've come to expect all kinds of ridiculous statements from Joe Biden. Today was just one of the most craziest when he says the American people, we the people, as our Constitution starts, we the people don't deserve to have an answer to a fundamental question that's right in front of us, this whole Supreme Court situation, and packing the court like the Democrats have said they want to do, and he won't answer the question. That's another reason why I think he's going to lose and why President Trump's going to win.
The president being defied by a number of agency heads in his government to be as transparent, to open up the government on the issue of ObamaGate. He has ordered them to declassify those documents and put them before the American people unredacted. As of right now, there is not a single substantive document that has been produced for the president and for the people. What is your judgment as to what is going on?
Well, look, any more documents we need to see. But let's be honest, Lou, we already know the facts. I mean, now with what came out last week with Brennan's notes, I mean, we know now that it was Hillary Clinton, based on Brennan's notes, we know it was Hillary Clinton conjuring up this plan with the Russians to create this false narrative about the Trump campaign working with the Russians to take heat off of her and the fact that she had destroyed 30,000 emails. So we know it was all fake. We know what I just talked about, what took place on January 5th, 2017 in the Oval Office when they hatched a plan to take out Michael Flynn. We know all this now. So look, the facts are out there. The fundamental question now is there going to be enough evidence for the Justice Department to actually prosecute people, indict people, and hold people accountable? And look, you and I we can't make that determination. We can only bring out the facts. You've been doing that on your show for years. We've been trying to do, a handful of us in Congress started 3 years ago. We've been trying to do that in Congress. But in the end, it's going to require the Justice Department to take action if, in fact, they feel they have what they need, what's sufficient to actually prosecute someone and hold them accountable. So we're just going to have to wait and see.
My point, Congressman, is we're three weeks from the presidential election, perhaps the most important in the history of this republic, because it may indeed determine whether this republic survives. And for the Attorney General, the head of the CIA, the DNI, who's done a terrific job in exposing and distributing to the public a handful of documents, right now they're holding against the president's direct order to declassify and to distribute those, release them to the American people. The American people will, in effect, be going into that election blind as to the actual documents and the facts right in front of them, the evidence, because the deep state is defying the President of the United States. That is a big deal. And not one single Democrat has stood up with this president to say, yes, please, let's release these documents. Let's expose the criminals who tried to overthrow this president. And they have the temerity to talk about peaceful transition. They've been fighting, they've made this a 5-year transition as they tried to destroy him.
Yeah, you know what they dislike so much about this president? This president kept his word. More than any politician I know in my lifetime, President Trump told the American people what he was going to do, and then he did it. He cut taxes like he said he would. He reduced regulations. He had our economy just growing like crazy. Now it's coming back now that we're coming out of the coronavirus. He said he'd build the wall. He's building the wall. He said he'd get out of the Iran deal. He got out of the Iran deal. He said he put the embassy in Jerusalem. He put the embassy in Jerusalem. Most importantly, in the context we find ourselves now, he told the American people the kind of individuals he put on the Supreme Court. He put out a list. Then he selected people from that list. Judge Gorsuch, Judge Kavanaugh. Then he did it again. He put out a list just a few weeks ago, and he selected from that list with the passing of Justice Ginsburg, and we have Amy Coney Barrett in front of the Senate right now, and she will be confirmed. This president has done what he said he would do more than any elected official I know of, and that's what drives the Democrats crazy. That's why, because they never do that. They say all kinds of things, or they do what Joe Biden did today. They won't even give you an answer. And what a contrast. And I think that contrast is going to come through loud and clear over the next 3 weeks, and that's why the American people on Election Day are going to speak loudly for President Trump, and he's going to win.